So the delivery truck just pulled up and I'm gonna get my new furniture today. So I'm having a new table put right here in this space. Super excited. I still need to find a cord hider for the cord there, but I've just cleared out this whole space now and I have room for a nice big table. It'll be bigger than what I had there before. I'm really excited, so let's see how this works. All right, there's two of the chairs. So far, so good. That's the base of it. And yeah, I think that's, I think this is the bottom. Yep, that goes towards the floor. So it's going to be like this. So here is the table, and see how my white banister back there, I mean, it's very white, and so I felt like the cream color off-white wasn't going to quite go in this space. So I went with the white table that had the white. I really like it. This is huge. It's 52 by 52 inches, and it's huge. And it's made to look rustic. So, you know, when I was first looking, I mean, it is solid. It is a solid wood. I think it is pine, but it's a solid pine wood. It's not like engineered wood. It's very heavy, very sturdy. The chairs are heavy. They have a nice cushion, and it's a countertop height. So I am trying to figure out how I'm going to put it in my room. I don't know if I'm going to pull it this direction towards my kitchen counter, so I can kind of use it as an additional kind of island space and have room between the railing and the table back there. I do need to get a cable cover though for the TV cable now. That's driving me nuts. But I'm gonna, and I think I'll put a couple chairs on each side, I think is what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna play around with this a little bit and see how I want it. But I'm really, really happy so far with the way it looks. And then it has the barn door slider on each side, so I can access this storage from both sides. When he first brought it in, this kind of bothered me a little bit. It looked like, but it's supposed to be distressed, and I do know that. So I had to sort of like tell myself it's going to have these distressed looking edges, and even up here you can kind of see where it's a little distressed. But I really like the look. I love the rustic kind of farmhouse look, and I don't. I really think I'm going to love this table. So see, it has the barn door slider on this side, and then over here on the other side, ouch, just hit my head, on the other side as well. And both of the doors are sliding very easily. So that's going to be really nice, plus an additional space up here that actually is quite a bit bigger than it looks, because this kind of comes down to here, but then up under there it goes up pretty far. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with it so far. And I do think it goes really well with the blue or the kind of gray floor. And then you'll notice this wood matches my cupboards. So that's one of the reasons I liked it. I have been thinking about painting my cupboards white, but John really likes the wood color. Eventually I want to either paint the cupboards or get new countertop, but at least right now this lightens the space up, and I just think it looks nice in this space. I would not recommend a table like this for somebody who wants a real polished look. It will drive you nuts. But I mean, see how kind of scuffed up the chairs look? That's how they're supposed to look. So you have to really you have to kind of like that look. And I love the old rustic farmhouse feel. When I walk into a house, I want things to feel, I always say well loved. I don't want a pristine environment where you just feel like you can't breathe and everything is just perfect. So I really, really like it. So I'm gonna have to move the table around a bit and see how I want to position it. There's just plenty of room to have a chair on each side just perfectly. There's plenty of room to walk through here, and then this is close enough to where I stand and cook that I can actually, I can sit here, but I can also sort of use this for a cooking surface. Not cooking, but mixing and that kind of thing. And then I have my 4 chairs, one on each side. I may change this up. I may end up moving this against the railing and having 2 chairs on each side. I'm gonna play with that look as well and just see what I think. I did put my leather chair over in the corner. I just really like the idea of having a nice comfy little place to just sit there too, and I like the look. It's very simple, and it's it looks cozy to me. The option is to have it set like this, and there's still plenty of room. What do you think, Roscoe? There's plenty of room. See, these chairs aren't like on top of each other. It's just just a huge amount of space. And then there's plenty of room over here for the chairs. I have Roscoe's food dish there, but I will probably move that now and have the 2 chairs on this end. So that's the other option. And honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards this just because there's plenty of room there, and then you've got plenty of room to walk through to the other rooms. So that's the new table. I finally did it. It took me a while, but I finally did it. Next, I'm going to be getting the new chairs for this room. So I have to say, I am super, super happy so far. Well, I've had the table in my space for just a hot minute. Roscoe's quite comfortable with the chair there in the corner, but I really like it a lot. I like the feel of it. This is a much bigger table than I had here before. It is solid, although even though it feels solid, it wasn't hard to move. It slid across my floor very easily, so it won't move easily, but I was able to just slide it into the position I wanted it, so that's a plus. And I really like it. I love the feel of it. It's huge. So I will be able to sit here and I'm like, I can fold laundry here. I can put down a cutting board and chop vegetables here if I want to. And I'm not going to worry so much about, it looks a little rugged, but I love it. I love the look. This is definitely my style. So, yeah. So, yep, I did it, guys. I finally got my new table and chairs. I've been saying I was going to do this for 2 years, I think. And it took me forever to actually allow myself to do it. I love it though. And next is picking out chairs for that table. Now, so far, I'm very happy with my decision to paint the table rather than just get a new table, because that table is solid too. I like it. I know it's a little different, but I think, it suits me and my style, and I like it. And I think once I change out those chairs, it's just going to look so nice. And the thing is, do I go white wood or off-white? Here we go again. Round and round and round I go. So, but I'm gonna pick that out soon. You guys will see. Trust me, I'm gonna pick it out soon. And yeah, continue to take you guys on this little journey. Being an empty nester, I think, when my kids first moved out, yes, it was challenging, but I was so busy grieving them. Like, I really did go through like a grieving process. And then going through my home and trying to figure out how I want to use my home now, the different spaces in my home, and realizing that I had a lot of choices. I didn't have to necessarily stick to like the way that the houses had always been. I changed rooms. I changed out where my home office was. John has his space. Of course, he always did. He always had his space in the basement, but I used to have a living room / dining room in that big area there. And I said, I don't need that and another family room space. I have, it's kind of a mess, but I have a whole living room right there. I didn't need 2 sitting areas. So I really like having this space is just sort of where we eat. I have a couple chairs to sit if it's just me and a friend visiting. And if we have a big dinner, I'm ready. And if John and I are just wanting to watch TV, I'm ready for that. Or if we have company over to watch movies, I'm ready for that. And I'm starting to really get a feel for how to live in this space with the 2 of us. I mean, what has it been, 8 years or something? I feel like, I don't know. And honestly, with the I'm just going to say it, you know, because of the pandemic and things going on in the world, I'm very mindful of that. I still want to conserve. I don't want to just go out and spend money. I want to, you know, I think we all sort of have this feeling of we want to be prepared for whatever's going to happen. I don't want to sabotage John's retirement plans and to go out and just buy new furniture and things. I mean, I know really wouldn't do that, but yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. We might not even be living here in 3 years. We just don't know. Pretty sure we will be, but I don't know. Everything's so up in the air right now. So I'm very happy. I feel like I made sort of a conservative choice, but I think it serves me and I feel good about it. And I don't feel like I overstepped and got into, like, bought something that I just you know, like, I feel good about my decision to buy a few new pieces and keep some of my older pieces and blend it together. And I think it feels really good in my space. So, and then making the decision to go minimal and just having white dishes, white trim in the house, like just keeping the colors simple and natural. I know some people would call that kind of a minimal look. I don't really consider myself a minimalist at all. But it is sort of suiting me as I get older. I'm finding that I just want to let go of stuff and less is more. Like, I'm less stressed, I have less to manage, and John and I can just kind of go out and have a little fun in our life and not be bogged down by a home that it takes a lot of maintenance. I don't want to live in a high maintenance home right now. So yeah, and now that my sister's got her new house, she's got a lovely garden area, and I said, you know, I'll just go over and we'll get your garden going, and I'm not going to have a big garden here. So we're not going to have a big garden at our house because she's going to have a garden, and we're going to sort of share. I'm going to have a few peppers and things in my container gardens, but that's kind of where we're at. Like, let's just come together like with the family and decide who's going to grow what. And I don't know. I haven't said, she hasn't completely agreed, but this is my idea. So, and we kind of, like, you know, if I go out of town, she watches my house. If she goes out of town, I watch her house. We kind of have this thing. It's really nice to have family close by. And that's one of the reasons I don't think John and I will ever move too far away, because we value just having our family close by too much. And especially now when we live in these uncertain times, like, seriously. So, all right, guys, I'm just enjoying just you being here and having this time to share my life with you, making, you know, choices, maybe doing things a little differently than I used to. I don't have it all figured out, so you guys really help me a lot, and I appreciate your comments, and I appreciate you being here. And let me know in the comments how you're doing. What do you think about the table? Anything I've said, you know. And let's just do this together. You know, we're in this together. Let's get it done together. You know, this thing called life. So, all right. Thank you so much for sticking around today. I will be back here in a day or two with another video. In the meantime, take good care. I'll see you on the next one.
Good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I